Sometimes we did games with the family, who's the best player, but we've done that not as much as we should have done, but I always came on top. And I used to play Rob Heads Up a lot. I beat his ass.
Welcome to Deep Cuts, brought to you by Card Player. This is the podcast where we trade the dealer button for a set of clippers. Our very first guest is a man who's been crushing at the poker table for over 20 years. He's a four-time Poker Players Championship event winner, Poker Hall of Fame member, and the 2025 World Series of Poker main event champion. Help me welcome Michael Mizrachi.
What's up, guys? How you doing, Jesse?
What's up, Mike?
How you doing, Jesse?
I said Mizrachi. I told myself I wouldn't do that. Mizrachi.
Mizrachi.
I don't have that sound. I'm going to text it.
Yeah, it's a Middle Eastern thing.
Back in the day, tell me, what was your craziest hairstyle?
Well, actually, I've been going through my midlife crisis, so I think in the last few years I've been dyeing it blonde. But now I kept it dark because I won the World Series this way, so I'm not changing it up yet. But I've been doing it blonde for the last few years. Maybe we'll do it again in Vegas. We'll see.
Seats open. Alejandro's ready for you. What are we going to do for you today? You want to shave?
We're going to do a fade. Make sure the beard's cut down to where you can't see any gray or white hairs. So we're going to look like we're still 21. And even though I'm 45, but that's why everyone's like, how do you stay so young? I was like, I get that fresh look every 2-3 days.
Sharp. Nice. We're here at the Speakeasy Barbershop, the El Cortez, historic place here. I've been coming here for years. That's why I love to start this podcast here. Where do you go to get a haircut? What's your spot?
Well, I go to the shop in Spring Mountain at the Barbershop by Fo Kim Long.
Oh, nice.
So you say I'm always there. I have my specific barber. I'm always there. But you know how barbers are. Like if you cheat on them, it's like worse than cheating on a woman. So you got to be loyal to them. So I'm very nervous. Like when I cheat on my barber. So I gotta be out of the country or somewhere else and not let him find out.
Phil Ivey had a fake ID. Well, not fake ID. It was a family friend, Jerome. That had the whole no home Jerome. Your story goes to cruise ships.
Yeah.
When you were like 15, 16.
I was 16, 17 years old, playing underage. I just go on there. I was in cruise ships. I was just playing underage. I started playing 1 to 5 spread limit 7-card stud. That was actually my first game. But yeah, the cruise ship was great. I had some close friends on there. My brother was dealing on the cruise ship. So, I mean, that's where we started, the cruise ships. Then we started playing underground games. And then before you know it, my first casino I ever traveled to was Arizona at Gila River. I even played in Vegas. I was playing at the Mirage when I was 18. So
were you ever
I played actually a 3-day session at Mirage. I think it was during one of the Super Bowls. By the time I was done my session, I couldn't even watch the Super Bowl. I wasn't even drinking. I was just playing poker. I love poker so much. I had the passion for it, and I just couldn't leave the table. You know, you're so excited. You're playing underage, but no one found out. You're like, and you're getting away for 3 days straight playing. No one asked you for ID. It was pretty cool. So I actually looked the same. And I'm surprised I never got ID'd. But I had a face where I look like 21.
Were you ever worried about getting caught? Or was there ever a time when
you
thought you were?
Once they get caught, it's their fault.
Yeah,
I mean, what are they going to do? Kick me out?
So let me ask you, what was the earliest poker memory you have with your family or with the house?
Well, sometimes we did games with the family, who's the best player, but we've done that not as much as we should have done, but I always came on top. And I used to play Rob Heads Up a lot. I beat his ass, but no one knows that. I didn't want to expose him that, early ages. So I think I was the better heads up player.
2004, huge year. You got your first recorded cash, looking way back. Is that the 2004, I don't know if you remember this.
Bellagio.
No, first cash is the New England Poker Classic.
Oh, New England Poker, I thought the big cash. Okay,
yeah.
We're
talking baby money first. Yeah. For $6K, hey, for a first recorded cash, that's not too bad.
Actually, that was a time when, so that was my ex-wife. We were both working at the Seminole Classic Casino in Hollywood. That's how we met the baby mama of my 3 kids.
Yeah.
So I met her. And when I was working for the Classic, I lasted 3 months. On my termination sheet, there were so many things on that I did wrong. And this is how I got fired. They asked me, Mike, where are you? I was up in a snowstorm. They're like, doesn't snow in Florida. No. I was in New York. So I couldn't catch a plane. I was stuck in a snowstorm. And that was it. They were done with me. And that was the best thing that ever happened. So my ex-wife quit too. We took the car. We drove to Foxwoods. I stayed there for 30 days straight playing 7-card stud and never had a losing session.
God, that's so
and
crazy.
That's how it all started.
What's great about looking back with this is that you had your first cash is for 6K, followed up by a WSOP 11th place for 12K, and then that's through the summer, and in your first year of recorded cashes, you end it with the Bellagio 5 Diamond first place for 273K. I mean, that's not how most people's first years of tournaments are. At that point, were you already like how you? I mean,
I just felt I was one step ahead. I was always playing poker. Rob was kind of my mentor, and I just felt like I had the edge right away, and I was in a really good situation that tournament. I had it all in with aces versus kings for the huge side pot. The other player had 2 jacks, and I think Jean Robert folded 2 sevens, and it was 6-handed. It was the craziest hand ever. It's still the craziest hand I've ever played on the final table.
All right, now we move forward to 2005, which holy mackerel! In the first 2 months, you make the WPT LA Poker Classic final table, win that for 1.8 million. And okay, 2005. So how old are you? 24?
2005. I was 20. Yeah, I was 24, 25.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it was even crazier because I was in Mississippi. I think that's when I finished 5th when Daniel won out of me. Daniel Negreanu won out of me.
Yeah.
And then I think I went home. I won the Sunday Millions. And then from there I went to Florida LA Poker Classic and I won that.
It's a nice back-to-back.
Yeah,
it's nice,
the 3-0. Yeah, 3 in a row. So it's pretty sick.
Man, that is so sick. What is it like to win 1.8 million when you're only 25?
Well, I wish I knew what I knew now than I knew then. So I did some stupid things. Right when I won the LA Poker Classic, I was like, I always wanted an RV. So I went to buy the RV for $180,000. It was a 40-foot bus, and they're like, and I was like, don't you need a different driver's license for this, like a different class? And they're like, no. I was like, how am I gonna drive this thing? You need a driver. He goes, no, you'll be fine. So I drive it back to the Commerce Casino. When I go in the Commerce, all I heard is I hit a stop sign. I scratched the whole bus to day one. So I was like, oh. So it lasted 6 months, and I sold it for like 140. I lost like 40K on it.
All right, we're gonna jump forward. 2010 Poker Players Championship. Your first year making the final table, winning that. But before we get even that far, what did it mean to you to make that final table with Robert?
I was really, really cool. Just Rob making that final table, and then it was this weird situation. He was in a hand where I think it was like maybe 5 or 6 bigs. I think he had Jack Queen at Ace 10 if I remember the hand. And then you hear my mom rooting for him. I think she thought Rob was all. She wasn't sure who was all in, but who had her cover. She was rooting for the person that had less chips, so they're still in the tournament.
Sure.
But it looked like my mom was rooting for me. So my brother was so upset at her, he never gave her a bonus that day. So I had to give Rob's bonus, and then she's like, I can't be rooting for Mike. You have favoritism, and it's messed up. So whatever, but it was a situation where I knocked him out. And also in 2010, when I made the final table as well, when all 4 brothers cashed. I think it was that year. And I finished 5th. Yeah, all 4 brothers cashed. So we had some crazy records, some crazy stuff we've done.
One thing I've loved about you being open about is the ups and downs that you've had with your life.
Yeah.
We've heard about different downs with like the housing market and stuff, but can you walk us through like some of those down moments and what it took to get back up?
Well, in 2007, I invested everything I had in real estate, and I bought, I think, 7 properties, 6 in Florida, 1 in Vegas, and just the market just crashed in the worst 2 states. So I know it's a lot of time to recover. I lost over $1 million something in houses, so it's like I don't know what to do. The tenants weren't paying, so like it was just a bad situation for me. I now have to pay these mortgages. It's like costing me $25,000, $30,000 a month to keep the houses. I asked a lot of smart guys and business guys, what do you think I should do? He said, just foreclose everything. I was like, you sure? He goes, yeah, you're gonna keep losing. So I just kept fighting it, paying for it. And then at some point I couldn't pay for it anymore, and I just, then I was just recovery mode. And so I put myself in a tough situation. Then I had a back taxes situation in 2010, and I made a full recovery in 2010 when I came first in the PPC, 5th in the main. Then I paid whatever back taxes I had, assume I had, but and then that was my recovery time.
So Michael, looking back at this 4th PPC, was there ever a hand where you're behind, you had all in with a few outs and you just needed it? Like what? Tell me about that.
Yeah, there was actually the last hand was like the most impressive one when I had Bryn Kenny fold the winning hand and deuce to 7.
Oh yeah.
So it worked out. My table talk and everything got him to make the wrong decision, but It's just like it was just amazing. It was just like everything went pure. I was never all in for my tournament life in that tournament. I was always had the chips, always had the chip lead. I would just went. It's like a tournament you ran pure in, even better than the main event.
Besides of course, the last hand, what is your absolute favorite moment from the main event that you'll never forget this year?
My favorite moment, I think it was day 6 or day 7, where everybody was looking for me. I was on the TV feature table, and I was missing for 45 minutes. I came late. I was actually out and not partying all night. So I was having quite a few drinks, and I was out till 9 in the morning partying. So my friends caught me, they found me, and I took my maybe 2-hour nap, and I got there like at 12:45 when it was starting time was like 12 o'clock. So that was very memorable. So it was on TV. So I've done a lot of crazy things. I was like, it's okay, I'm late, I'll give him a chance. This what happened to me was like it's the ultimate dream from any poker player. Like anybody will tell you, like people's dream is to win the PPC 1 time. For winning it 4 times, like how does he do it? What does he do that we don't do? And people start questioning themselves. We're mixed game players. This guy barely plays at all, and now he's crushing all these tournaments. He hasn't played a tournament in a year, and he just wins the main and wins the PPC and cashes 12 times. So it was a moment like when I won the PPC, I was like, wow, I can't believe I made it happen again. Because Brian Rass has 3. I was like, and then we're making a joke. Me and Brian Rass took a picture before when the PPC started. We both put up our fingers 3. But then now I had to pass him, and then just to win the 4th time was crazy.
Yeah.
And then winning the main event, and then getting to the Hall of Fame was it's just a crazy year that you'll never forget this. This will be the most memorable time of my life. So
yeah.
Besides having my children, yeah.
No, and you've in other interviews you've made jokes in the past of like, oh yeah, to take the lead in the POY race, all I gotta do is win the main event. Like, good Lord, man.
Yeah. Then a lot of people's like Mike should have won the POY, but it was it's no big deal. I was happy with my success. I didn't mind winning the Player of the Year. I'll take the main event in PPC every year. You guys have the POY.
Right.
I'll take the money.
Yeah, nice trophy. I'll take that instead.
I'll take the money.
What's the best thing you got your mom to celebrate your big wins?
Oh, my mom. I don't have to say more. She just loves her coffee, slot machines, hanging out with me. She calls me every day.
That's awesome.
It's like my best friend. Yeah,
that's so good. That's so good. I heard about a crazy event you got to go with Ben Lamb out to the Gumball 3000.
Yes.
1,000 miles you rode in the Lambo. What would you ride? Tell us about it.
So forget about it. Ben Lamb is a psychopath when you drive. He's going 170 and you're throwing you around. It was nuts. It was like, and we had a Revolto, a Lamborghini. It was like to drive that far and that it's so uncomfortable. It's good for like an hour, but that trip was crazy. I met them actually, and I went to Bucharest, Romania. Yeah. And I drove it all the way to Florence, Italy. So that was crazy. It was an experience, but if I had to do it again, it wouldn't be in a Lamborghini. It would be like something like a Maybach or something very comfortable. So
G-Wagon.
I would do it again, G-Wagon, something nice, but like not. There's no shot I would do that in the Lamborghini. I'm too big for a Lamborghini. And I drove it a few times. I went crazy, but not like Ben Lamb crazy. But I just won the main event. I don't want to kill myself.
Right.
Let me enjoy myself.
Hell yeah.
I like being home, but now it's like I actually have a roommate. He's got the best deal in the world, so nobody knows this. So I pay him rent every month, and I'm probably there 1 day out of the month. So we split the rent, and he's just there. And I still never move because I love him. He's like one of my closest friends. I still haven't changed nothing. I just live my life. I'm living out of suitcase. So I'm always at the Venetian, I got the penthouse over there, or I'm traveling somewhere to a country to play poker or have fun, meet friends. It's nice to do things I've done it already, but it's nice when things are a lot easier. It's much easier to travel to, no worries. Yeah, you spend money, but like I'm having a great time. Thank you. Oh, that's perfect, brother. I'll be back. So, sorry to my other barbers in Vegas.
Michael, thank you, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Great, man.
Thanks, Jesse. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for our deep cuts, man. Well, guys, that was episode 1 of Deep Cuts. Michael was an amazing guest. Catch us next time for some more deep questions and fresh looks. We'll see you next time.